get this recording. All right. Okay. So it's your, all you need is a chair. Scoot to the front edge of that chair. Posture upright. Relax the entire body. Start with the breathing. In through the nose. Out through the nose or the mouth. Hi, Marshawn. Central pillar, Zhong is the term. Then we want to relax. Remember, there's a layer of relaxation that you can induce just simply by choice, just your mind saying, release. You want to feel that through your whole body. And then there are layers of grip and tension and lack of relaxation that we have to do certain movements in order to change them in the direction we want. So that's really the essence of the practice. So the first movement, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, arch. Just hold that shape for a moment. And then go the other way, but first settle to neutral and then hollow the chest, round the back, drop the head. Hold that shape for a moment. Back to the neutral position and then arching. In neutral position and round. Three more. Adding the breath. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. And settle to neutral. Rotation, left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. Turn to the right. Inhale back to middle. Turn to the left. Exhale. Inhale, turn center. Exhale, turn right. Inhale, center. Exhale. Just do that a few times. And back to middle. Hang the arms loose. Shift the weight to the right buttock, side bend. Lift your left wrist up, left foot up. Teeter-totter. And then back to middle. Let the body right itself. And then upright. Lean. Middle, scapular range of motion. Scapula are your shoulder blades that are on your back. Your arms are plugged in to the shoulder socket. So the scapula spread apart, shoulders come forward, then lift, and take them back and down, and then neutral. So this idea of shape shifting. So we want to noticeably change to this shape and lift. And then when we go back, we want to noticeably change to this shape and then also neutral. Hollow chest, shoulder blades spread apart and lift. Shoulder blades squeeze together and settle. Forward and up. Back and settle. 2 more. The ability of our body to continue to be able to change shape is what we want to focus on in terms of at least one way of looking at the health and function. Let's go ahead and reverse. Back and up. Forward and down. Neutral. Back, up, forward, down, neutral. So the shape change, again, chest is up. I'm sort of exaggerating, but I'm doing it for effect to show that this needs to be able to move. Also, that's what produces this, the neutral, where you're not holding your arms at all. So just let your arms hang completely loose. And everything just sits right where you want it. Now bring the feet together, knees together. Tip forward at the hips and float the hands forward, backs of hands touching. Go out and then tip back from the hips. Circle the hands around and in. Keep the arms close to your legs as you go forward and out. Tip back from the hips, sweep the hands around and in. Forward and out. Good to see you, Chris. Around and in. Now we go forward and up. Big open, palms turn forward, arms come down, neutral. Forward, up. So the front of the body closes and opens, but the back, notice how I'm not cranking my arms back too far. So find that place where you feel the front open, but the back not closing. Slide down, and then feel neutral is right there. Then again, it's closing in front, up, opening in front, but not closing the back. Turn your palms forward, down, and notice how this is open, this is neutral. So it's a small change, this open and neutral. Now go forward and up, all the way up, 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 up. Opening, find that path down without cranking your arms behind you. Find that slide right down, neutral. Closing in front, forward and up. Opening, and then find that slide. Neutral. One more. So the front of the body is the playground. That's where all the function happens. The back, we want to make sure is not jammed or stuck and impinged. Now, starting low again, go a little bit back and open and out. And then come around in front and close. And then bring the arms back through neutral, open, out, around, in. Neutral, open and out, around and in. Now we add on to that. So it's Open, out, and up. Over top, closing, stay closed. Neutral. Open, out, up. Fluid gesture. Close. Neutral. Open, out, up. Oh. And then all the way. Open, out, up. Keep going up, up, over top. And neutral. Two more. And this movement of the hips so that we're feeling the body linked together. So it's fluid movement. And neutral. Now, bend your elbows, flare your elbows out, up, down, in, down, out, up, down, and in. One more. Elbows back, down, forward with the hands going over the shoulders, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Then elbows out, one hand high, one low, cross and wrap. Elbows out, switch, wrap, and out, and switch. Down, arms in front, turn palms down, up, down, up. Pronate and supinate in the forearm. And then palms up, elbows stay in, hands out. That forces unfolding, opening, external rotation. Neutral. Now elbows out and around to the front. Notice how far forward the elbows should be able to come or could come, and the body has to hollow and round a little. And then elbows into the side of the body, neutral, and then open, neutral, close, folding, internally rotate. Opening, unfolding, externally rotate. Close, folding, internally rotate. And open, unfold, external. Stay here. Step wide. Left hand up, way over the rainbow, down. So hold this shape for a moment and just feel left groin has to open. Body is side bending and twisting a little and close. Now return to top and bottom open. Now right hand up over the top. So feel right groin, torso, gentle twist, side bend, and close. And then neutral, or open top and bottom. Close. Open. Close top while bottom remains open. Top and bottom open. One more each. And neutral. Now, both arms up, over top, cross one wrist above the other, turn the palms over and down, drop the arms between the legs and release. Body folded, closed, internally rotated. Now cross, lift, the body is now unfolding, Now the body's opening, arms are externally rotating, and we're in this shape. Other wrist on top as you come up and over, cross, down between the legs, release. And then cross, lift, opening, unfolding this naturally. Inhale. And exhale. Really important to let the arms go, to not hold them. Let them go. Cross. Open. Up and over. One more time. Open, unfold. And legs back to hip distance, arms at neutral, wrists and hands. So the first move is nothing changing in the hand bones and fingers, just this roll of the wrist. But as soon as you can, add this movement. So when you come over top, you're gathering and then unfurling, gathering and bending at the wrist, and then unfurling. So this hydrating, clearing. Yeah, Marjan, see if you can get a little further bent wrist and folded hand. So like right there, look at your right hand and notice that your right wrist is still sort of like this instead of like that. Look how, yeah, that's what you want every single time with the wrist. If you don't fold them like that, then you can't unfold them, and then you can't fold them again. So if everything just kind of stays in this middle, we need to really develop that full range. Good. Now reverse, come under, over top, lay out, turn, come under, over top, turn, come under, turn. And open palms, spread, gather. Important part with this one is that when you spread, you're spreading with a dome shape, like you're going to grab a basketball with your hand, right? And then gather. Spread, gather, spread, gather. Now spread, claw to a fist. Open, claw to a fist. Open. And then bird beak. Together and down. Open. Together, bend the wrist. Marjan, make sure you're touching your thumb to your pinky. Thumb to your pinky all the way, and all the other fingers. So they're all touching like that. Down. And open. Closing, down. Open. And then monkey paw, pinky ring middle. So it's pinky ring middle like that, where you can still see the nails. And then this little chopstick. So down and back. Down, back. Down, back. One more. Down, back. Loose. Scoot a little bit back on your chair. Load, push, load, down, switch. Load, push, load, down, switch. Load, push, load, down. Load, push, load, down. A couple more. Foot and ankle, straighten the leg, point, flex, point. And then tilt the foot, in, out, in, and then circle, in, around, and out. And reverse circle, out, around, and in. And switch, point and flex. Tilt the foot in and out, called inversion, eversion. Tilt, tilt. Circle, in, around, and out. Out, around, and in. Then scoot to the front edge of your chair. Step your feet wider apart than hip distance. Lift the toes. Turning on the heels, knees and toes in. Internal rotation at the groin. And knees and toes out, external rotation. Internal, external. In, out. In, out. And neutral. Now, heels in, knees out. Heels out, knees in. Heels in, knees out. Heels out, knees in. Heels in, knees out. Heels out, knees in. Still external, internal rotation here, but different based on what the base, what the pivot point is on the ground. And then neutral. Now, hip hinge. Forward fold. Sit vertical. Tip back. Let's add to that. Hands are on your legs. As you fold forward, turn the fingers in, elbows flare out and around. Sit vertical, arms go to neutral, tip back. Sit vertical, fold forward, dragon arms. So this position of the arms, dragon arm. So as you fold, you're turning. Back to neutral. Now, same movement, but with a wide stance. The dragon takes a bow. Turn the hands, fold, drop down a little further in between that space. And then sit upright, arms go to neutral, tip back. Sit upright, turn, bow. Upright, arms to neutral, tip back. Dragon arms as you fold. And back. One more. Dragon stirs the sea. Tip back, tip to your right, bow down to the right side, turn those hands, arms, and then sweep from right to left. Stay left as you go back and around. And then stay right as you turn the hands, elbows flare, drop in between, sweep. Stay left as you come back and around. And then turn. And around. One more in this direction. Dragon stirs the sea with its tail. Reverse. Other direction. Marjan, watch me here. When you go down, your arms don't just stay like this. Watch my arms. I turn them. My hands point in, my elbows are flared out, and then I sweep through. Yeah, so the arms are like that, and then when you go back, the arms go to neutral, right? But then when you go in again, you turn the arms again. Elbows flare out. Elbows way out. Right? Way out. It's similar to this shape that we made earlier. That shape. This shape. And one more. It's like we're flossing out plaque that gets stuck in these little grooves in the different areas of the body. And come back to neutral. Feet hip distance. Float the arms. Turn the arms, palms up. Reach the arms up. Lift the chest a little. Lift the head a little. Now reach your right arm higher. And then relax that down. And reach your left arm higher. Relax that. Right arm higher. Left arm higher. Once again, it's any mechanism that should be able to do its movement, but isn't or hasn't in a while. It accumulates rust and residue. It's that simple. It's just sort of like simple math. But the thing is, the human body is such an interesting and complex vehicle that's why we got to do all this weird movement, right? Now let's go both at the same time. Reach. And then wings. Now we take the arms back behind, both arms back behind, and let this movement round and hunch your back. So notice I'm not folding forward at my hips. My hips don't really move, but my upper back hunches, right? Then, as you drop the arms, bring your hunch back to neutral, and then take the arms forward and up, and we want to take that hunch back and turn it into no hunch at all, back bend, look up, reach up, arch. And we're going to do that twice more. Down, through neutral. Now we want to go deeper into the hunchback. Rounding, rounding, rounding. And then arms down as you go towards neutral. And then we got to go beyond neutral into the back bend. Again, the body is built to make this shape. It needs it. It must be able to make that shape in order to be able to relax and actually have good posture when we relax. Otherwise, we're stuck. One more time. So by going further into the shape that we don't really want to get stuck in, and we work on coming out of that shape towards neutral, that's not enough, though. We have to go all the way to the other end of the mechanism. Back bend, way arch. Get rid of any hump in your back. And then just settle all the way to neutral. And rest your hands. Head and neck movements. Chin down. Neck down. Neck up. Head back. So the full range of this movement. Head level, forward, then neutral and back. It's a simple idea, and it's sort of easy to understand that how do you keep a healthy body? Well, you take every mechanism and make sure that mechanism can go into its full range. So it's a simple idea, but the body is complex. So that's why it's a complicated practice. Not because of the theory of it, but because of the practice of it requires a lot. Go ahead and turn to the right. Back to the middle and turn. And middle and turn. Middle and turn. Middle and turn. So those first two movements, and then just an idea of how you keep building on that. Now we put those first two movements together in a compound movement. So watch me do one round and then join me. So we start by looking up, and then I turn to the right as I'm looking up still and drop and look down to the right. Then I look up to the right, up over top, and then turn and look down to the left. And then, so it's like a rainbow. So do that with me. We're turning, looking up in the middle, turn to the right and look down. and then up the right, over top, and then to the left and down. And just continue that at an appropriate size movement. Chris, are you still with me? I want to see that head and neck moving, my friend. Head up, over top, down, and then up, over top, down. Up, over top, turn. Down. Now, looking down to one side, we do the complementary movement. Look down in front, over to the right, and then up into the sky to the right, and then reverse. Come down the right, under, over to the left, and then up. Down, under, turn. Down, under, turn. These head and neck movements include the spinal column. Often these movements are part of what might be called snake qigong or dragon, swimming dragon qigong. See if you can feel that idea that your head and your entire spinal column are like a snake or a dragon. Now come back to neutral and turn, turn. That just evens everything out there. And then we're back to middle. Now, forward, chin forward. Middle, and then back. Middle, forward. Middle, back. Middle, and forward. Middle, and so this is a weird movement, but it's considered a simple movement. It's not a compound movement. We're going to do a compound movement with that in a moment. Now another simple movement. Side. Middle. Side. So many of the Tai Chi and Qigong movements are, I think a good metaphor is like, if you don't know the alphabet, you can't make up a word. And if you can't make up a word, you can't write a sentence. And you surely can't write poetry if you don't even know how to make a word or know the alphabet. So each of these movements is like a letter on the vocabulary, or on the alphabet, which builds your movement vocabulary. And then we do more complicated movements, which are more like sentences or even poetry. So now this circle, so it's side, chin up, head goes back, and then side, forward. So that's a small circle. And then roll, back, roll, forward, a little bigger with each round. Roll, back. And Chris, I would say these are your most important exercises. So remember today's video, and you should be doing these every day to get you out of your head falling forward like it is. So if I were in your shoes, I would hope that I would take the time to do these as often as possible, right? And again, how it becomes swimming dragon is that when the circle gets large enough, the whole spinal column is rolling along with it. Rolling along with it. Finally, your maximum size roll, where you then let the head just hang in front. Just hang it there. Then, as if being drawn up by a string, float your head up. And then we go the other way, start small. A little bit left, back, right, forward. And then a little bigger, left, back, right, forward. When they're small, at first it's just the skull and neck, but then as the movement elongates, then it's like you're unraveling the whole spinal column, which imagine how a snake or a Chinese dragon moves, and then compare that to how your spine is able to move, right? And the problem is we get stuck, we get imprisoned. So we're trying to break free. A little larger, a little larger. Last two at whatever your maximum size movement. And let the head hang in front. Head draws up. Now the compound movement of the swimming dragon movement here. So remember this one, chin forward, chin back. Now we add to that spinal movement. So bring your chin up and forward. Now let your body round and slouch a little bit. Drop your head, tuck your chin back in, and keep your chin in as you go back and up. And then all the way over the top again. And drop the head and scoop it in as you go back and up and out over top. And scoop it in. And there's a variation of all these that we're doing that we do standing. Right? So I'm introducing them in the chair. And eventually we do all this stuff while standing, which is really wonderful also. So now as you finish this round, you're going back and up and up and up and up and up, and then reverse. Keep the chin in, drop down. You got to let the body hollow in front. And here you reach as if through the crown of the head first, like you're trying to push the crown of your head, and then chin up, and then you sit the body back, chin tucks in, and then you got to soften the front of the body, let the body round, get through, and then go crown of head forward, then chin. And then drop the chin close to the collarbone, soften the front of the body down through crown of head, chin. And two more. Crown of head, chin, and middle. So two people can be sitting in the same position. One is stuck there. The other has done all this freedom of movement work. And so those are two totally different states of being internally, but they might look the same on the outside. So that's the importance of the practice, is that we get everything free, and then posture is comfortable, spacious. Now slide your feet back a little bit. Hang your arms loose. We hinge at the hips and hang those arms a little bit out beyond your ankles and come forward, and then push through the earth and rise tall. To sit down, the first thing that happens is the hips. The butt goes back, the arms are loose. Folding in half at the hips, sink the buttocks, land them on the chair, and fold. But what determines function more than anything is this state of sung, or soft, supple, pliable, resilient, changeable, adaptable. Right, so anywhere that we're grabbing, we're impeding that. So we let go of all of that and then train ourselves to be able to move in this state. One more. Now, don't sit in the chair, but fold, sing, and then rise all the way up. One of the most important parts of this one is to allow rounding, or what they call bowing, of the torso, of the spinal column. So bowing meaning like an archer's bow. When you pull on an archer's bow, it has that shape. So when you fold and sink, you're not holding your back stiffly. You're allowing a bowing quality to happen. That opens all the pathways for the nerve flow, for the chi flow. Hip hinge and then sink. Allow that bowing quality to the back. One more. Now, to create freedom of movement in more directions, Tai Chi. So the body's loose, knees are bendable, rising hands. So hang your arms down by your side there. Loose. And you can see here, when my arms are hanging, they're not stuck like this. And they're not locked like that, right? When we're relaxed, there is a little quality of bend here, and a little quality of space here, and a little bit of space here as well. So we're not holding, we're relaxed. And then keep that relaxation float. Chain. Sweep. Back. Chain. Chain. Scoop the hands in front. Open. Chain. Sweep. Chain. Open. Chain. Then. Chain. So again, the fluidity, the slideability, the glideability of the layers of tissue in the joints that Tai Chi demands of us. We can't force it. We have to induce it through practice to be softer, looser, more fluid. Wing. Turn palms up, roll, fold, settle down through, release, wing, roll, fold, then wing, roll, fold, a little bit of a rising, and then as the hands come down, a little bit of a sinking, right? This settling through the body. One more. Complementary movement. Backs of hands close, come up. And then palms got to face forward, then out, then down, wings down. Backs of hands face each other, rising, out over top, palms forward, then out, then down, and then wing. So we're freeing the spiral movements of our body. Now, putting them together, wing, right hand roll, fold as left hand sweeps under. Two magnets attract, then they repel, then they go around, and then left hand over top, right hand underneath, and then attracting magnets, repelling, around the far side, cutting no corner, the body sinks, rock, sink. Out to the wings, down, scoop, up, the body rises, turn the hands over, sink, full full expression all the way through the hands, soft and loose all the way to the bottom. And then turn the hands over and palms pressing down, soft. Scoop, right. Sink. So it's all about function. We're trying to induce more easy function. Now, hands up in front of the chest, elbows back, turn palms forward, push, full extension. So we don't stop here. We keep going, keep going, keep going. Get all the way around the far side. Bring the hands, palms to face the body, and back. Turn the hands. Extend all the way. Turn the hands around. Draw. Turn the hands, push. Turn the hands, draw. Push. Draw. Turn that left hand to face forward, push. Let this turn your body at your middle pivot. Left palm turns to face, right hand turns to face forward. Turn, draw, and push. Simultaneous, turn right palm, left palm, and then push and draw. And then turn, push and draw. Turn, push and draw. So important part is right here, change, and then push and draw. Now you're at this full extension, change the orientation of both hands first, then push and draw. Change the orientation, push and draw. Now both hands back, down, relax. From our middle, from the groin, belly, low back, this section of our body is where we need to have free. When that's stuck, right, you can see how this is, it's not even just Parkinson's, it's just life. Turns the human being into, right, versus loose and free and able to function. So from this area, shift to the right leg more, turn from here, and then brush knee, sweep. Turn the hands around. Now we're loaded, we're stored, ready to go. Shift, leg to leg, turn from the middle, and then brush knee, sweep the leg. Let that elasticity, that softening long, and then shift to the right leg, turn, brush, sweep, and soften, long, 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 long. Get that sort of dynamic tension. I'm exaggerating here, but I'm showing I don't just stop here. There's this elongating that then stores me up, ready to come back this way. And they keep going, and then it's shift and turn. And shift and turn. Now, the right hand's going to brush knee. The left hand casts forward, but not up, and around. And comes in close as the right hand goes elastic, far away. Shift, turn, brush knee, swirl the string. And then shift, turn, brush, and swirl. Shift, turn, brush, swirl. Shift, turn, brush, swirl. Now the bear swats the low jumping fish. So this hand comes up a little bit around belly level. We got brush knee down here. We got this palm coming across. And because the palm is facing this way, then we can roll it over. So we get this little spiral as this hand floats up around belly level. So brush knee, swat the low jumping fish. The hand spirals over as the other hand floats up. Shift and turn. Then the middle jumping fish. So now we come up around chest level. Brush knee, swat that fish. Separating our parts. Unsticking, ungluing. The higher jumping fish come up around face level. Swat. Now the highest jumping fish, where we actually straighten the legs, reach up as high as you can, turn, change into that left leg, and settle down through the left leg. Yeah, the other way. Straightening up, turn, down. Remember, we're preparing, tenderizing, liberating, softening, whatever other words you want to think of, but the purpose of these strange movements is to have a result, a change in the state of the relationship of your body parts. Now, wing, roll, hold. The weight is in this left leg. Body is turned left, my right, but your left. And then we go shift and turn, brush knee and extend, push. That push hand comes down in the water, right arm, wing, roll, hold. Now we're ready to go back. Shift, turn, brush knee down low, and then it's down, up, roll, fold. We're all stored up, loaded up to go. Shift and turn, brush knee, then they go through their chain, they store, shift, turn, brush, go through their chain, shift, turn, brush. One more. Now pause here. Your right foot should be empty. Bring the right foot a little bit behind, turned out. Put all your weight in your right leg. Important part here is that we don't go like that. So we go like this. And I'm also not doing this. So it's this place right in the middle where we just sit through the leg, and it has this pneumatic quality, this spring-loaded quality. So as you sit through that right leg, bring your right hand down, bend your left elbow, point the fingers to the sky, and your empty foot just touch very lightly. Now bring your empty front foot back, heels touching, toes pointing at the same angle or as best you can. And then change the weight, so now you're sitting through the other leg. Left hand down, bend right elbow. That empty foot, bring it forward and touch. Golden rooster standing on one leg. Bring that empty foot back, heels touching. You place the foot on the ground, still no body weight, however. And then as you change the body weight, right hand down, left hand up, left foot. Bring that left foot back, land it, change. Bring that right foot back, land it with no weight, and then simultaneous hands and foot. Bring that foot back. And our last challenge, be careful with this one. So get to the golden rooster. Now here, options, 3 options. You've got just disconnect the foot from the floor. right? So it's touching and you disconnect, or a little bit of a lift and then down. Often what will happen is when people go to lift, they do something like that. But notice if this foot is really empty, because this one's really full, should be able to lift and lower. And then some of you might even find you can bring it. There's a end of this direction. This is as far as it goes. That's the golden rooster leg. This is where you can put a hand on something, like we do in the Monday class. All right, bring the foot back. Change. Left foot forward. And then you got those three options of just disconnect foot and place the toe back down. Try to do that without spilling your imaginary teacup. Possibly a little lift. Your goal is, can you lift it a little without heaving the body? And then, of course, that final option of full range, loose, sturdy through relaxation rather than holding. That's the very cool part of Tai Chi, is especially, again, it takes time to find it or develop it, but there's a sturdiness that comes from relaxing completely, being so soft that everything settles and finds this sturdiness. And then we finish with what's called Sing Chi wash organs. Tip a little bit to your heels safely. Just a little into the heels, open and lift. Then tip a little bit into your toes safely. Sweep the hands around in front. Tip into your heels again. Soft arms fold in. Settle to the middle of your feet. Hands go to the belly. And then hips back as you also flare elbows forward. So try to time that together where it's hips back, elbows forward, and then sink and release. Remember that bowing of the back. And then push through the earth and stand. A little bit to your heels, open and lift. A little bit to your toes, sweep around, reach. A little bit to your heels, coming in. Settle to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the belly. Simultaneous hips back, elbows forward. That prepares the vehicle for the sink and release. Push through the earth and stand tall. Last time. Heels open and lift. Toes sweep around and reach. Heels bringing in, settle to middle, feet settle to belly, hollow. And back to standing. Final closing, wing, roll, fold. Settle all the way to the belly. Seal the practice. You got your navel here. Center a palm. 1, 2. And then this closing position. Grab one thumb. Fold the hand over top. Again, not here, but here. So then eventually it's just come together. Thank you. Alrighty, great job. Any questions, of course, feel free to unmute, or any thoughts. Otherwise, have a really great weekend.